Well, it turns out this set seems to be pretty finicky about its horizontal output tubes. After swapping through 4 of them, I got one that is quite stable, and I've been fooling around with the controls, linearity, and centering and such. And I've got a fairly decent image now, but of course that's bypassing the tuner, and I still don't have sound. So, I think I'll do sound next, just because it'd be nice to hear something come out of this set, if possible. So, I think the easiest thing to do would be to work my way backwards. So, I will inject an audio signal right here. And if that works, then I know that the AF amp and the audio output stages and the speaker are all good. And I'm going to start working my way back towards the tuner. Alright, let's see if we can get some sound. Fired up my Wave Tech 183. Got the output on the lowest possible setting. Going through a coupling cap, 0.068, just because that's what I happen to grab. And it's going right in where the wiper of the volume control connects up. So, let's see what we can get. Going on the lowest possible gain, because after the volume control goes through one audio amp and then an output driver, so I want to overload things. Alright, powered up, raster. The volume turned up a little bit, didn't hear anything. Start increasing this. Alright, that's cool. I'm glad I put this in the minus 60 range, because plenty of volume as it is. Curious. I know there's a tone control. Oh, so it is. It's off on tone. So how silly is that? You turn it on, and this is tone control. I was wondering why I would hear scratchiness when I was doing this outer control. I thought the outer control was tone, and this was volume. Well, I guess the idea is like Philco did back in the day, which was that you'd set the volume at the level you like, and then when you turn it off and back on later, it'll be at that same volume level. Alright, whatever. So, yeah, tone control has some effect. Of course, it's going to depend on what kind of frequency I'm putting in, I suppose. That's definitely cutting down the higher frequencies. I'm going to go too low. I guess so. Oh yeah, of course the volume control's not going to have any effect, duh, because I'm feeding it in on the wiper. Alright, so let's go back a little bit. Let's feed the audio in on the other side of the volume control, because the problem might be the volume control itself. So let's see, I think that would be over here. Crank this up a bit. Definitely dirty. The speaker's getting exercised pretty good there. Cut that level down a little bit. There's something funky going on in there. Sometimes the volume jumps up. Alright, so maybe a little control cleaning, but otherwise we're good up to point F. So now we start working back. Now, unfortunately, from point F back is where I got to do work in the IF realm of 21.6 megahertz. This particular set happens to use a FM modulated carrier of 21.6 megahertz, which I can generate using this guy up here. I hook things up as indicated, but I'm just not seeing much deflection on the meter. So I'm feeding a pretty strong signal right now, and if I turn the RF off and on, the meter is just barely moving. Which makes me think that, well, the alignment could be way off, but I've already tried twiddling the coils, and it's not giving me a clear peak, or there's something wrong with the tuner, which I already suspect, or there's something wrong with the ratio detector, because that's where the output's at, the output of the ratio detector. So what I'm going to try doing is hook up a scope, like say right in here, which is the output of the second stage, I think. Oh, can I already see? We get a really strong signal coming through. And that's definitely coming from my RF generator because I can turn it off and on. And that's like 6 volts peak to peak, so very healthy, strong signal coming through. But the meter's not doing anything. Now let's see if I tweak these coils any. Oh yeah. It's definitely off. So, I mean, I'm using much too strong a signal for this. You're going all the way from the tuner. You can use much. You want to use the smallest signal you can, and still be able to see what's going on, basically. So it's still pretty. It's still let's say too strong a signal. It seems like my body is actually feeding some of the signal through. Anyways, so I can go through and tweak the coils like this. So the problem seems to me, so these are off a little bit, not that much. Problem seems to be somewhere between the IF stages and the audio amp. Coil's also off a bit. Which just leaves the bottom of this coil. The top of it is the ratio detector. That's not right. Or wait, sorry, I have scoped at the wrong point. I'm thinking the problem is right in here. So I'm going to investigate in here further. I already checked for continuity in the coil, and that's good. We've got some mica caps, and apparently there's one inside the ratio detector, and unfortunately they don't give the value. They do on this one, 18 picofarad, 18 picofarad, but nothing for that value. Hopefully there isn't some mica disease inside there, because that would be tricky to figure out. But these 3 caps I can definitely test. I think I may have narrowed things down even more. This is the plate of the first IF tube, pin 5. So in other words, the primary of the coil there in the first sound IF. and we get a nice sine wave. Now I'm going to move it over to pin 5 of the second sound IF. This guy right here. And there's no signal. Nothing. Something, sure and right. There's a shield over that tube. Could be as simple as tube isn't. Tube's dead or something. I'll test it fine. It's one of the 6 BH6s that were basically the same. Let's see, is there a filament glow? Yeah. Now there is, and now I'm starting to see a signal. Huh. So perhaps like when I put that tube shield on or something, or maybe these sockets are, now I can hear some scratchy sound coming through. Huh, so maybe that was the problem all along. Oh yeah, and hey, look at the meter. The VTVM just swung over when I had the scope hooked up there. Ah, now the signal's gone again. You don't see a filament glow on the tube. Now it's coming up and the meter's deflecting over. So, maybe that was the problem all along. It's just a flaky tube socket or tube. Alright, so as I was saying, that is much too strong a signal. Now my meter's being pegged over as it should have been all along. So, and now when I adjust this coil down here, the needle should move. Get it on there. Yes, now I can pick that coil. Alright, about there. I'll go back through and do the others as well, and then I'll do the ratio detector. Okay, ratio detector now. I moved my VTVM leads around a little bit as indicated. Now I adjust the top coil, and I've tweaked my VTVM so when I short the probes together, in other words 0 volts input, it's dead center. And I want to tweak this coil to get that needle dead center. That needle should move to either side as I go past that 0 point, if everything is working right. Excellent. I think. So should go one way and then the other way. Yeah. Back and forth. So, right. Needs a little bit stronger signal so it's more obvious. And I go by 70. Clearly see it swing both ways, and we want right in the middle. A little too far. Now I'm not sure my generator has enough FM sweep deviation, but we can give it a try. We'll put on some FM modulation, just maybe we could hear some sound. Yes. Just some tone control now. Volume. Alright, so now back to this and see if we can hear a test tone coming through. Alright, well I can definitely hear kind of some static coming through. Don't really hear a test tone though. However, I never did finish going through this and calibrating it and recapping it fully, so I don't know that this audio really works too well. I think you got to have the IF adjusted pretty darn well too. So I can definitely hear some buzz now if I turn this off and on. Not exactly a nice clean 1 kilohertz test tone, but it's something. So, how about we see if the tuner has decided to start miraculously working on its own. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, it has. Now, I suspect that I may very well have gotten sound from the get-go if that tube had been working right and the alignment wasn't too far off. So I'm going to flip this set back down and hook up an antenna to it and see if we can get the video and audio. Okay, here we go. Alright, so we got sound, I gotta keep it down low, otherwise I'll get in trouble. And yeah, I can see an image coming through. Now that's just over-the-air channel 6, which has a weak video carrier, but also didn't actually hook up an antenna, hooked it up to an RF converter box, so really I don't want to be in channel 6, I want to be in channel 3. And it's on alright. Try putting this on channel 4. Now there are oscillator tuning slugs I can adjust in here. They might be really far off. Whoa, why am I getting something over here? Huh. I wonder if this... well, okay, these coils could be really screwed up, or are they going the other way around? Well, let's see, that'd be 2, 3, 4. No, that'd be channel 5. I don't know what's going on, but let's see if we can get something in. No, not so good. Oh yeah, I mean, hey, it's something. Well, it turns out I had a loose connection on the antenna terminals. Much better now. After a little more control tweaking, things are looking even better. Well, I do have a procedure to go through for adjusting the horizontal circuitry, so I think that's something I definitely need to do.